whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched, were so gallantly streaming.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for being here this morning, honoring our veterans that have given so much to this country and to this town. I want to thank everybody for being here on behalf of the Board of Selectmen who are behind me, Chief Madigan, Jim Schultz, of course. And it's an honor for me to introduce from the U.S. Navy, Rebecca Contovac for the invocation. Thank you.
Gather to commemorate the veterans of our services, please join me in prayer. Gracious God, we gather in this place again to remember the names of those who died so that we might live. We remember the names of those who marched with Pershing, who died on the beaches of France, who did not return from Guadalcanal, who faced a Korean countryside fearlessly, who crawled in a stand of honor through Vietnamese jungles, who shed the atrocities of the desert to defend their country, and who of late served magnificently in Iraq as they gave up their today so that we could have a tomorrow. We remember all veterans on this day. We ask for your special care to be given to the families of this town who grieved the death of the son, Jared Raymond, and a daughter, Jennifer Harris. Watch over our sons and daughters who are currently serving in the Army, Navy and Marine Corps, Coast Guard, Air Force, and various National Guard units. Help us to cherish life, celebrate the gifts of life, and to not succumb to cynicism, which infects our souls and destroys our communities. I pray this in your strong name. Amen.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Captain Anthony Giardino. My pleasure today to be here and speak on Veterans Day. Before we do, just how about another big round of applause for everybody from the town of Swampscott, Jim Schultz, the VFW, and the Marine Corps League Detachment for putting on this ceremony today. On the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month, in the year 1918, the war to end all wars came to a close when an armistice between Germany and the Allied nations went into effect. Until 1954, Armistice Day recognized only those veterans of World War I. But after our involvement in World War II and Korea saw the greatest military mobilization in this nation's history, Congress made Armistice Day Veterans Day in order to ensure that all veterans in war and peace would be remembered at the appropriate day and time. We're here today to remember those veterans. Our president issues an annual Veterans Day proclamation, and I think his words are particularly fitting this year, and they help remind us of why we owe a debt of gratitude to those Americans who have been willing to put on this nation's uniform. I'd like to read those words now. In times of war and of peace, our men and women in uniform step forward to defend their fellow citizens and the country they love. They shouldered great responsibility and lived up to the highest standards of duty and honor. Our veterans held fast against determined and ruthless enemies and helped save the world from tyranny and terror. They ensured that America remained what our founders meant her to be, a light to the nations, spreading the good news of human freedom to the darkest corners of the earth. Spreading freedom to those darkest corners comes with a cost, though. Many veterans require lifelong assistance in dealing with service-related injuries. Many veterans carry scars that you can't see. Others encounter difficulties in transitioning back to their civilian lives and their families. Veterans returning from World War II, Korea, Vietnam, Desert Storm, and a variety of other campaigns that our nation has taken part in have faced these challenges, and they've faced them down. Veterans returning from the war on terrorism, from Iraq, Afghanistan, the Philippines, they're no different. Our communities, though, have stepped up and are doing everything they can to support those who have come home. Swampscott is no different, and this event today is a great tribute to all who have served. Thank you for your attendance and that continuing support. All veterans need it. And we really can't talk about communities without reflecting on the losses that are felt within them during any war. If you walk down this street, you'll see monuments to those veterans of Swampscott who have served in the past. Their names are recorded. There are names on those memorials and monuments who did not make it back. When a son or daughter makes the ultimate sacrifice to this nation and does not return, their families suffer a loss that none of us can imagine. But there's great truth to the African proverb that it takes a village to raise a child. And that loss is felt within those villages. It's felt by every teacher, coach, friend, classmate, and neighbor in that community. And many here today have been touched in some ways by the deaths of Swampscott's brave servicemen in past conflicts and wars. The deaths of Captain Jennifer Harris and Specialist Jared Raymond have hit this community particularly hard, and we especially remember them here today. At this time, I'd like to ask all of you to please join me in a moment of silence to pay tribute to our fallen comrades, Jennifer, Jared, and all those veterans who did not come home. God bless our heroes and keep safe all of those who stay in harm's way. Thank you very much for attending. There will be a reception at the VFW post on Pine Street. Thank you.